Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. We've got a perfect day for baseball. It's the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs. With Chris.
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Michael Ciani leading things off and takes a strike. Up the middle. Nice grab. Here's the Cardinals lineup now. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
No doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game. But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
Now up for St. Louis, Brendan Donovan. And that's in for a strike.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Just missed. 1 out, base is empty. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And now it's 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And a 1-2. That's a ball. Tried the sweeper.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
That one misses, and it's 3-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Outside, and that is ball 4. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at bat.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. Outside, 1-0. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a pitch. Headed towards the corner. And that is a foul ball. Outside low, 2-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Battling here as he fouls it away. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Fights it off. He'll see another. And there's a ball. Three and two. Payoff pitch. Fouled off. And they'll do it again.
I don't know how this at bat will end, but I'll be sad when it does. So much fun watching this thing go back and forth.
And down on strikes. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Here's Nolan Gorman. A little bit high, and it's 1-0. There's a strike. Cut on and lifted in the air. Hat moving under it. Reaches for it, but it's foul.
Ball 2.
Donovan leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Just missed.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Bounce to the right side. Horner fires over to first. And that is the inning. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. On to the bottom of the first. No score. Back here at Wrigley Field. And our pitcher in this game, Jermaine Howard. What do we need to know here?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Ian Happ up to hit. On the ground, right side. Fires to first on the run, and very nicely done for the out. Here's a look at the Cubs lineup. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out, a lot of lift and separate, Chris.
Well, we know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you know, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with 2 strikes, what looks like a half swing that can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop.
Kyle Tucker, the next to hit, takes ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
Next one is off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes.
Aye. 2-1.
Top of the zone for a called strike.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Now he'll turn for second. The relay throw. Not in time. It's a double.
These guys today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
Seiya Suzuki getting ready to hit. That one finds the zone, and that's strike one. Runner at second here, one gone. And that one missing low.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, hitters aren't touching it.
That missed by a lot. It's 2-2. Ripped to short. Throws to first in time.
Batting fourth, the first baseman, Michael Busch.
And next for the Cubs, Michael Busch. Just missed. Runner at second, two down. Swing and a miss at 100 miles an hour.
That's ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And a strike right through there. That one at triple digits. The changeup missing, and now it's 3-2.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
New inning getting started. Here's Nolan Arenado. Arenado, a former All-Star, 33 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2009. Shota back to work. And that one is lifted in the air. Crow Armstrong moves after it. And it's caught for the out. Now it's the right fielder, Lars Nootbaar. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Second inning here, no score. On the ground to the left. Throw pulls him off the bag, and he's saved.
Batting seventh, the catcher, Ivan Herrera.
Man at first with one gone. And now it's Ivan Herrera.
When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
Swing and a foul out of play. Man at first, one away. And a swing and a miss. Ed Drummond behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Maybe one of the most respected umpires around the league.
He's not the kind of umpire that you're likely to notice back there. And that can be a huge compliment, really. So if you're just kind of quietly doing your job, staying consistent with your calls, hitters, pitchers, managers, even fans, they're all going to appreciate you. Ed Drummond, he's that kind of umpire. Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with two strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And up next for St. Louis, Mason Wynn. And first offering is fouled off. The shortstop takes the ball.
Ball.
In the dirt. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Here at the top of the second. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Two outs. Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Inside, almost got him.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Back to work, 3-2 now. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Well, a great back and forth in that at bat. He had to lay off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
First and second, 2 outs. Here's the Cardinal DH, Lucan Baker. Slice to right, down the line, and it's foul. Out towards left center. Hat on the move to the gap. He's got it, and that's the 3rd out. So they strand a pair. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. We're tied, 0-0. Back here at the friendly confines. And now, Dansby Swanson.
Dansby Swanson.
And that is out of play. And there's a strike.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter, blowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
Bringing the cheese on that one.
Now a screamer into the outfield. Nootbaar makes the grab. 2 down.
Batting 7, the center fielder, Pete.
So up now for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
And you played behind guys, and they loved having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. 2 down, nobody on. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
Here's a 2-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. We'll move to the third with no score. And we're back on to the third inning. Here's the center fielder, Michael Ciani. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. Late swing, foul to the left.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does. The hitting's going to come around. He's going to figure it out. But right now, his big asset is the way he plays the game on defense.
Pitch misses inside. Yeah, the count 1-2. In the air, left field. Coming on is Happ. He's there to make the catch, and there's one down.
Now batting, the left fielder, Brendan Donovan.
Now the number 2 hitter, Brendan Donovan, worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. So Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Right side, Horner. Slinging it to first in time. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now, doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Here comes Wilson Contreras. Struck out swinging his first time. That one fouled off. And it's fouled away. Two outs. That misses the zone. 1-2 to count.
Close pitch there, and he's kind of wondering where it missed. You know, getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
Swings and misses, struck him out. 3 up, 3 down for him there. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the rookie third baseman, Gage Workman. Foul ball there.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Next offering in there for a strike. 1-2.
That's excellent location on the fastball right there early in this game. If he can do that all game, should be a good outing for him.
On the ground to first. A flip to the pitcher covering. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
The catcher, Miguel Amaya.
And now it's Miguel Amaya. That's in there. Strike one. Just missed.
Got some cut action to it. Velocity pretty good on that slider. So far moving the ball around nicely.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Still tied at 0. Last of the third. And he chases that one. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
Ian Happ, the next Cub to hit. Grounded out his first time up. Missed with a changeup, and that's ball 1. That's inside.
Oh, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Nope, that's a ball.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
Kyle Tucker on deck for the Cubs. Next offering is in for a strike. That's towards center. Ciani makes the grab, and that's the inning. On to the 4th, still scoreless. On to the 4th. Here's the second baseman, Nolan Gorman.
Not a lot of people know this, but this isn't the only Wrigley Field in MLB history. You know, when the league expanded and added the Los Angeles Angels in 1961, they played their first season at a stadium in L.A. called Wrigley Field, which had been the home of the minor league team of the same name. You know, these Cardinals just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And that's a foul ball.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
That one way outside. Now 1-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Typically that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
Here's Nolan Arenado. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Nolan Arenado at the plate. Arenado, guy who delivers big-time power at the dish and will probably go down as one of the greatest defensive third basemen of all time. Tap foul at the plate. And speaking of that defense, it's hard to imagine that in high school, Arenado shared the left side of the infield with another elite defender, Matt Chapman, at El Toro High School in California. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Stays alive. One down, base is empty. That one down the line, and it goes just foul. Good battle here, about to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. That misses. Going to count 1-2.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound, he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Go ahead run on base. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Lars Nootbaar. He's 0 for 1. And there's a foul ball. Arenado leads off first with 1 away. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Well, that pitch wasn't even close to being a strike, and that just goes to show you how defensive hitters can become when they're up against an 0-2 count. You're just hoping for a mistake somewhere near the zone that you can get the bat to, but right there he was clearly anxious. He was swinging when the ball left the hand.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Ivan Herrera. His first at bat was a strikeout. And that one is downstairs. Ball 1. Fourth inning underway, no score. Right through there for a strike.
That's ball 2.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself in the scoring position.
Fly ball center field. Crow Armstrong on his way in, makes the grab, and that is that. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. And midway in the fourth, we're tied 0-0. Here at Wrigley Field, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the fourth, Kyle Tucker. Just missed.
Well, it's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Ball 3.
And that's a strike. Line drive. And there's one away.
He was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way back.
Seiya Suzuki digs in now. Grounded out his first time. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
0-1's the count.
And a swing and a miss.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
That one off the mark, and that is ball 1. That one missed. All tied up. We're here at the bottom of the fourth. And that's a little bit high. And the count's full. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. That one ripped. Donovan going back. And he brings it into the warning track.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Bush, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike 1.
This guy's usually not one to chase pitches off the plate, but he did there. We'll see if he can tighten up his zone a little bit.
2 down, nobody on. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. That one the other way. And foul ball. Caught him looking for the K. Cubs are down quietly, and we're still knotted at 0. We go to the top of the 5th. Now up for St. Louis, Mason Wynn. Shota back to work. Right through there for a strike.
You know, these Cards showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They haven't produced a run yet, but the pitch count for the starter is starting to climb, so they're hoping that starts to pay off soon.
Splitter.
Pretty much textbook pitching for the 3-pitch K right there. Jumped ahead 0-2 on 2 pitches he didn't want to go after at the plate. Then, knowing he's going to be a little more aggressive trying to protect, he expands just out of the zone where he couldn't do anything with it. He gets the strikeout and keeps the pitches thrown to a minimum. Very nice.
Luken Baker next up for the Cardinals. Fly to left his first time. Ball one there.
Ball one, no strike.
Baker, 27 years old, and he's usually a first baseman, but today he's the designated hitter. One down, base is empty.
Some people say that first basemen kind of have the day off regularly because they don't run around a whole lot. But when you think about it, they are involved in just about every single play, and there's a lot of stress that gets put on their legs. So a well-deserved day at the DH spot for them.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. And the sweeper misses. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. Now batting Michael Ciani. 0 for 2 in this one. Pitch is in there. That's strike 1. And ball 1. 2 outs, base is empty. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. And that is strike 2. Two outs. And it's even up.
Well, as a pitcher, when you make a big pitch down around the knees and don't get the call, it'll eat at you out there. So some handle it a little bit better than others. And right here, clearly letting the ump hear it a little bit.
2 down, nobody on. Good job to fight that one off. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Swing and a ground ball. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Redbirds down quietly, and we are still scoreless. Back here at the friendly confines, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Dansby Swanson stands in.
Swanson.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
You know, these Cubs doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They haven't produced a run yet, but the pitch count for the starter is starting to climb, so they're hoping that starts to pay off soon.
1 away.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Nico Horner will come up to hit. He's 0 for 1.
The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
That's off the mark, and that's ball one.
Hey.
Lifted in the air, right field. Nootbaar makes the grab, and there's two gone.
The center fielder, number 4,
Pete Crow Armstrong will hit next. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there are certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit, or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And it hits the fence. Around first, heading for two. And now a runner moves into scoring position as we look for the first run of the ball game.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Gage Workman now at the plate. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at bat. There's the strike.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Now this is in the air down the line. Donovan on the move. Drops into the glove. And that ends the inning. One left for the Cubs. Still no score. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Caleb Thielbar.
Cubs, number 24, Caleb Thielbar.
Now the left fielder, Brendan Donovan.
The left fielder.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
That one not close. Ball one. Movement in the Cubs bullpen. Tyson Miller appears to be getting loose. Hodge warming up as well. This one high in the air to left center. Crow Armstrong moves after it. He's got it. One up, one down.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Contreras in the box now. No balls and a strike.
0-1's the count.
All tied up, and we're the top half of the 6th.
Ball.
That misses the zone, and it's 2-1. Lifted in the air, right center field. Tucker makes the grab for the second out.
The batter, the second baseman, Nolan Gorman.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Nolan Gorman. There's the strike.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Next offering is fouled back. And the sweeper misses for a ball. Strike 3, went back to the sweeper and got the strikeout. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. 9-1 and 2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. And we still have no score. And we're back, bottom of the 6th. And here's the catcher, Miguel Amaya. And a first offering, a fastball for a strike. And that's outside. And now 2 balls and a strike. And that one fouled off. Into the outfield, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. I know it was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Ian Happ, the next Cub to hit. The Happ Daddy. Check swing, and he went. Strike 1.
0-1.
Double play ball to second. Here's Wynn for 1. Over to first, safe. So here's Kyle Tucker now, 1 for 2.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against it.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. There's a ball. And safe. It's a stolen base. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Arenado. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Seiya Suzuki.
And up next for Chicago, Seiya Suzuki. Hard hit left side. Slings it across, and that is the inning. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. No score.
Now pitching for
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Tyson Miller.
Tyson Miller.
So now it's Nolan Arenado.
The third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Fought off foul. The 0-1 is outside, and it's a ball and a strike. Outside corner, there's a strike. The 1-2. The other way, Bush takes it himself, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Now batting, the right fielder, Lars Nootbaar.
Lars Nootbaar next up for the Cardinals. There's a high chopper. The throw to first, and 2 away to start the 7th.
Now batting, the catcher, Ivan Herrera.
Ivan Herrera next up for the Cardinals. And a foul ball. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And there's a ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Hit on the ground to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the inning, leading off, Michael Bush.
So what we're seeing is a lineup that's just out of sync with the pitcher. They're guessing wrong, and their timing's off.
That one ran inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And it's strike 2.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
The 1-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
I think he might have gotten away with one right there. That was a very hittable pitch right over the heart of the plate. And I know that batter is kicking himself right now. Would like to get that pitch again. Just pulled the string on it, and the deception gets him the K.
Swanson in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Check swing. He went. And the count 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
One down, base is empty. And that is in for a strike. And the count 1-2.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
That one missed.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Here's Nico Horner. And that one fouled off.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
One away, tie game. Go-ahead run stands at first. Here's the pitch. Runner on the go.
Nope.
Pitch
Ball
misses. Throw to second. Save.
Now the go-ahead runs in scoring position, so big opportunity for them to jump ahead late. You know what? I like the aggressiveness right there. It looks like it's going to be tough to score in this one. Really good pitching so far, so why not try to put some pressure on them and see if you can steal the bag, get in the scoring position.
Man at second. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
One ball.
Talk about tying a guy up. That was ugly.
Ground ball left side. And that's just foul.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
That's down and in. One out. The go-ahead run is at second. Got him looking. And he's up to 7 strikeouts.
Big strikeout there as he works to strand that go-ahead run at second base. But job's not done yet. Got to get that last out before you can exhale and get back into the dugout. It's kind of tough to do with this home crowd applying so much pressure.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. And next for the Cubs, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
And he takes one right on the black. 0-1. Two down, go-ahead run in scoring position. Way high with that one. And the count is 1-1. Movement in the bullpen for the Cardinals. JoJo Romero preparing to come on if needed. Leahy getting cranked up as well. Man on second, 2 down. Swinging a drive, deep right field. Nootbaar in a dead sprint. Tries to make the play, but it's foul.
Well, just about to hit that century mark. 100 pitches for this game.
Way inside, gets out of the way. Squirts away a little bit. And an excellent job keeping it right there. Gage Workman in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Swanson stands at second with 2 gone. Got him. That's his 8th strikeout of the game.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Ready to begin the 8th. And now the shortstop, Mason Wynn. Miller back to work. And he bunts, but that's a foul ball. Next offering upstairs. The Cubs bullpen with some action. Ryan Presley up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Hodge also getting ready. And fouled off. Called out on strikes. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective.
Well, big strikeout right there, and maybe a little controversial with the call. I think he got a little bit of favor on the mound. No question about it. It's not exactly what you want to see in a big spot like that, and I'm sure there's some chirping going on from the dugout, making it clear that wasn't his best call behind the plate today.
And the first pitch misses for ball one. All tied up, and we're in the top of the 8th. And that's
Ball
downstairs
2.
and outside.
2 balls, no strikes.
And there's a ball.
3.
Michael Ciani in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And there's ball 4.
Take your base.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
So a change being made at first base. Entering is the pinch runner, Jordan Walker. Go ahead run on base. Now here is Michael Ciani. 0 for 3 in this one.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
Check swing, called strike.
0-1.
That one misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I got 1 ball, 1
One
strike.
away. Tie game. Go ahead run stands at first. And a count 1-2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Line to left, and that's a fair ball. Walker around second, on his way to third, and it gets by him. The throw won't get there in time, and they get a run at home.
Oh, this has been a good, tight game so far, but now that error looms pretty large. I got to think that's going to weigh on him for a little while, unless somehow they can come back and win this thing.
One out, runner at second. Here's the left fielder, Brendan Donovan. First offering, and it just misses. Man at second. Inside, just missed.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. 3 balls, no strikes. That's in there. One out and a runner at second. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
First base.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. A game plan that he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
First and second, 1 out. Wilson Contreras, the next to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Fouled off. He was late. That's ripped into the outfield. Armstrong makes a nice grab and a full sprint.
They trust him in center field because he's capable of making plays on the run, and we saw it right there. That's a player you want patrolling center field, someone who can attack the ball off the bat.
Now, Nolan Gorman, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Well, this is a critical spot for both the pitcher and the hitter. You can learn a lot about a guy by how he handles these pressure situations.
And another ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. That's a ball. Tried to attack with a sweeper.
So knowing that his hitter's got holes in his swing, because he's got so much power, pitcher still can get a little too tight, afraid to make a mistake.
Swing and a foul out of play. Three-two. Smoked on the ground a second. Tosses to first. They limit the damage here. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. JoJo Romero. He has a great slider with tons of movement. So digging in, Gage Workman.
Well, these fans definitely want to get involved in the game. All it's going to take is to get the leadoff man or even a base runner on.
Right through there for a strike. Action in the St. Louis bullpen. Brian Helsley, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Looking to get the tying run on base. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Line to right, base hit. And the tying run is on with a leadoff single.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Substitution being made at first. On to pinch run, John Birdie. No outs. Runner at first. Now the Cubs catcher, Miguel Amaya. Bunting, but that's a foul ball.
This is a good situation if you want to try to steal a base. 9-hitter, and you're about to turn this lineup over, so get a little momentum as you turn it over.
Trying to move him over here. Here's Wynn for 1, and that's 2.
The 3-6-1 double play, in my opinion, is one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first, and the middle infielder throwing to a moving target. Everything has to be perfect, and right there, they made it look pretty easy.
Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Ian Happ. Former first-round pick out of the University of Cincinnati. Grew up in Pittsburgh. Swinging a foul straight back. Romero, 28 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2016. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Next one off the plate inside, and it's a ball and a strike. Just missed. swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. And a weak ground ball to the left side. Arenado to first in time. Out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Through 8 full, it's the Cardinals 1 and the Cubs nothing. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound,
Now
Porter Hodge.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Well, 1-run game. Here's Nolan Arenado. 1 for 3. First pitch, and he just misses. Movement in the Cubs bullpen. Ryan Brazier up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Pearson also throwing. The 1-0. There's the strike at the knees. Just missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Bush looks it away for the out, and there's 1 down.
The right fielder, number 21, Lars Nootbaar.
And now the right fielder, Lars Nootbaar. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Well, this is just par for the course these days. Huge fastballs coming out of the bullpen.
1-run game here in the top of the 9th. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. One down, base is empty. Foul ball, still 0-2. Swing and a high fly ball hit the air left center field. This one's got a chance. Crow Armstrong ranges back. Tattooed to Tatertown and gone. He'll touch them all. And they tack on to their lead. It's 2-0.
A little more breathing room is always a good thing in baseball, and now they have it. No matter how this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him for a while. An 0-2 mistake. That's supposed to be a pitch out of the zone. He left it in a spot that the hitter could do some damage with, and that's exactly what he did.
To the batter now, Ivan Herrera. That one's upstairs, ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
Outside, Hodge. Maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, guys, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
Swung on, belted. This one could be trouble, and that's a double.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Really good swing right there. You got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
One out, runner at second. And up next for St. Louis, Mason Wynn. Down and away for ball 1.
1-0.
Next offering is fouled back. One out and a runner at second here at the top of the ninth. And a foul ball. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Crow Armstrong hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Jordan Walker digs in now. Outside low, and that's ball 1.
If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You can't be afraid of contact in this situation.
Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Swing and a miss, and the count 1-2.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. And it's 2-zip. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Ryan Helsley.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
Here's Kyle Tucker. That's a little high. Ball 1. Helsley, an all-star a season ago. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. Next pitch is outside.
Hey, look, we'll see how it factors in. I just can't emphasize how much that insurance run in the top of the ninth means. I mean, just such a big difference mentally when you're chasing 2 runs instead of 1.
Next pitch misses. Ball 3. Facing a closer that delivers big-time velocity.
Well, normally against a big arm with this kind of velocity, you look for the ball down because the fastball up is a little hard to catch up to. But he's shown really good plate discipline by not offering at that last pitch down.
Knee high, that's in for a strike.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Yeah, that's fouled off. The 3-2 is outside, and it's ball 4. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
That could jumpstart an offense that's really struggled to score in this one. Don't want to wake a team up with a free pass.
Suzuki, the next to hit, takes outside.
Maybe losing command a little bit after the walk. Next pitch, not even close.
And that's a little bit high. Ball 2. Tying run at the plate. Late on that fastball.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days. You would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
Yeah, the 2-1 hammered but foul.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, you want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field nod.
That misses, and that's ball 3.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boog.
With the tying run at the plate, and the home team trying to pull it out. That one hit to right. Nootbaar sizing this one up. He's got it, and there's one down.
Now batting, the first baseman, Michael Busch.
Now the Cubs 4-hole hitter, Michael Busch. Not close with that one, and it's 1-0. Tucker, the base runner at first with one out. Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
It's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
The tying run at the plate. Just missed.
Well, an interesting situation. One swing you can tie up the ball game, but if you're patient and work a walk, then you bring the game-winning run to the plate.
And that's off the outside edge, and the count is 3-1. Dansby Swanson in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. To the right side, and that one handled. One at second, and that's a double play to end it.
Way to make a pitch right there. Get that ball on the ground. Defense picking them up. Huge double play to end this ball game.
2-0 your final here in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.